positive clamor about it, but I wouldn't say I like it.
Yeah.
I tried it at the beginning because I like shows like Banshee, which had old boy from
from Homelander.
Homelander,
It's
which was good.
Something Star.
Anthony
Anthony Starr. There you go.
Anthony Starr.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, but the writing wasn't necessarily there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But if you like that kind of shit, then you like that kind of shit. Is really what my point was. It's not even my cup of tea. I was just asking in passing. If you don't watch it, there's not really a conversation to be had here. Actually,
I was gonna say I do watch it.
Okay.
But because of the myriad things that I watch on a regular basis, it is kind of fallen into the proverbial back burner of shows, because like Reacher dropped in about roughly the same time as every other show that I also watch. So it was just
what else is on
like,
the roster?
Oh man,
What's in your showtation?
Yeah, man. So we had Star Trek just started, so I rocked with Star Trek Discovery.
All right, okay.
I like we're a Trekkie household. We're a Trekkie household. Of course, there's Invincible, which we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
On top of that, I watch Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man are both on hiatus, but or in between stuff. Demon Slayer and whatnot, what have you. And then far as like,
go.
Oh no! Besides those, then that's when you start getting to like Abbott Elementary and various
I just
and sundry.
Finished rewatching Insecure.
I
watched it. Yeah, I watched it from the. I realized the first time around I must have stopped watching around like the end of season 2, but I just rewatched it beginning to end, and that shit was fucking clean, man. I remember why I loved it so much. It's so relatable and just well written, and Issa does a great job of writing a fucking dickhead. She's very good at it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, she was kind of already goated for me off the strength of season 1.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Insecure is one of those shows that like I can tell she's a good writer, and not only that, but she surrounds herself with good people that can really act. I forget the name of the actress. I know it's like Orgy something or other.
Oh,
who plays Molly. Yes.
So Stephanie, it's something OG, but I know you're talking
Orgy.
about.
I know, like because I know she's.
Oh wait, you talking about who plays Molly?
Molly, yeah.
Oh, Yvonne or something like that.
Yes, Yvonne Orgy. That's what. Yeah, so the writing on that show was so airtight, and the acting so well done on her character that I could not stand her ass for a whole 2 seasons. And not only could I not stand her, but when I actually, because I think she had a stand-up special that came out when.
Oh shit, she a stand-up? Yeah.
And she's funny.
I think I tried to get her on this show like a while back when she was going viral for like the 4th time for being like a 50-year-old virgin or whatever. But that didn't eventuate.
I mean, it would have been. I ain't gonna lie.
I can only imagine what that DM reach out.
It wasn't.
So
Miss Orgy.
So what doesn't that mouth do?
Right.
Block.
Come on the show. We'd love to talk about it. It's called Waving the Red Flag. Oh hell no.
What the fuck? It's an all male podcast. We like to talk about politics. Hell no.
It's called Waving the Red Flag.
She's like, nah. But no,
thank you.
She was really good. So good that like when she did her stand up, it took me about 20 minutes to not be mad at her.
Wow.
Molly, you tripping? We ain't watching this shit.
I was like, you did Issa wrong. You know you being out of pocket.
She didn't though. First of all,
she really
because I was watching it and I'm like, Molly is a fucking dickhead in her romantic relationship. She's doing entirely too much. But I think if anything, I relate to Molly probably most of any character on the show. Maybe. And despite the fact that she's a fucking dickhead, I think that in her interactions with Issa, she was mostly in the right. Like, not perfect, but like mostly Issa was the dickhead in that situation, which is wild considering how much of an asshole Molly is.
Well, no, it's one of those like, I was like, look, man, y'all got shit going in your life. Y'all grown. I was like, like it was one of those things where like the conversation argument comes up, and it's like y'all could just talk. Like y'all,
the way their inability to have a fucking conversation about a topic is crazy. Like it'll destroy their whole friendship, and all they do is wait 6 months and be like, "Bitch, you still mad? I don't know. Let's get ice cream." And they never talk about the fucking problem, and then it pops back up again in 5 months because they never were like, "Hey, I feel like you don't respect my time. Hey, I feel like you don't respect what my hustle is. Hey, I feel like sometimes you're too condescending and it feels like we're in competition. Maybe let's change that behavior." The whole show, they never do it.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I think the reason why like I kind of took Molly a little bit more in the wrong is because like my wife has a friend, childhood friend.
Okay.
And they have a very similar kind of dynamic where like, you know, there's the one who, well, not as successful as Molly is, like from a
but she has it together.
But she had her shit together, and then she fucked it up. Okay. But before she fucked it up, she was like the one who was like, "Oh, I'm the one who has my life together. I'm the one who's got like a grown up job. I'm the one who's, you know, the quotey fingers." You know, adult in the room, you know, or whatever. And she used to lord that shit over my wife all the time, but she would do it like kind of in like on the slick.
Yeah.
or on the slick. She thought she was being slick. I would hear that shit and be like, nah, something about this don't sound right. But the you know, and not to say that, you know, my wife was just an irresponsible fuck up, but I mean, just by
but you got her off the side of the road like she was hitchhiking.
Right? Like
I cleaned her up, washed the dust off.
Right,
there's a premium white woman under here. This is you just needed to take the top layer of paint off this thing.
So wait a minute, just you gotta.
Elbow grease on it. Yeah. Oh my god.
But no, it was just thinking that like, you know, she didn't have a grown up job, and like, you know, she had a kid before her friend, and so like she had to be more responsible and
early on.
Early on. So it was one of those things where it was like the dynamic was basically, oh hey, I'm out here doing big things, and you're just kind of over here doing like normal.
And so she related to Issa more.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like but like but as I was watching it though, I was like, nah, this reminded me of one of your little friends. I'm good. I was like, I'm good on all this. I was like, screw this noise. I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. It was kind of like the stuff we talk about, like, you know, with like Skylar White. You know,
see,
like,
for me, nah,
perfectly normal
all the other way around.
Like,
because for me, I'm looking at it and going like, I've been the Issa for most of my like adult life. I've been the Issa to other folks, Molly, where it's like, oh, this nigga's a doctor today, and I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm bumming around, I'm traveling, I'm having fun, I'm doing whole shit. I'm not really doing anything, and I think in that situation, it's very easy to view the things that the richer, more successful friend is doing as like for granted. When you watch the show back in the first 3 seasons, try and count the number of things that Issa does for Molly. Not like as part of some other goal she's trying to accomplish that she needs Molly for, but just, I'm doing something for you because you're my friend and I want to make your life easier. Let me help you get a man. Let me help you with a project that you're doing at work. Let me take care of your dog because you need to do something else. Let me come over and bring you food because you just had a breakup. Try and count them. There's none. In those first 3 seasons, Molly like fundraises for Issa, like gets her through a crazy ass cheating shit, trying to get her to not do it from the beginning, runs fucking defense of her side nigga to make sure that he doesn't bump into the main nigga. Like and like gets her through a whole bunch of shit, like lends her money a bunch, like is her like therapist, like gives her like offers her a couch to stay on when she's like blowing up her life. Issa never really returns any of those kinds of favors. Like there was a time where Molly was like, "Hey, can you come help me like assemble my IKEA shelf?" Issa comes over, half starts the fucking shelf. They start drinking, and then Issa goes, "I ain't finna do this shit," and just bounces. Which in the show is funny when the main character is doing that kind of dickish behavior, but in real life, it's like, this is pretty indicative of the way you approach this entire relationship. And so, yeah, Molly maybe is like insensitive about like she's more grown, but in terms of the practical like give and take of the relationship, it's all Molly giving and all Issa taking from what I saw until like season 5. Then it starts to flip once Issa gets some money. So
No, I'll give you that. I'll totally give you
that's
that.
my
I'll totally give
case.
you that.
That's my argument.
I think it's for me. I don't like people like when they try to like moral high ground or try to like high horse.
You
me.
like
It's
Molly. All right.
Yeah.
No, go. You try to be like, okay, I see your point, but still fuck that bitch.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no. I was like, yeah, she alright, but like, I was like, nah. I was like, I know me, and like somebody like that around me, I would just be like, man, fuck, well, like, man, get fucked.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be friends with neither one of them.
No,
they
no,
all
no,
seem
no.
terrible.
No.
Like honestly, that whole friend group seems kind of terrible. Like Amanda Seal's character
rough.
seems like the least bad, and she's like kind of an elitist dickhead, like the character.
Right.
So,
well, because she's kind of the airhead of the group, like for the like at least up until a point. Like I guess whenever like they finally like no, she's not. This that or whatever. That gets in a whole other messy category of things. But I was like, man, you know what? I was like, yeah, I wouldn't fucks with none of y'all. Maybe the one girl.
Yeah.
Maybe the one girl that was I
Which
forget
one?
her name, but like the one that was like she was she was heavy set at first and then she like lost weight. Like somewhere like in the middle of the show, I think.
You talking about Kelly?
Yes. Like I'm like she cool because she pretty down to earth.
I want to see more of Kelly because she was just like comic.
Yeah.
She was like the quirky comic relief character that just never got an actual plot line. She just was there to like be wild and do dumb shit and like kind of say some crazy shit, which you kind of have that character in like a lot of shows, like where they're just there to be silly and we're like in Misfits, the Nathan character, like they're just eccentric, but she didn't get to actually do anything.
Nah, she was there to she had a purpose to serve. She and to be fair, I mean you kind of needed that anyway because if you have a messy ass circle of friends and like there ain't one person in the group that's like reasonable or not even reasonable, but just like not messy, just like someone that just like man, look. I just work here. Like that's basically kind of how I took Kelly at
Kelly's character. Yeah, she seemed like she wasn't in it. But yo, another thing that I loved about that show is, or I don't know, maybe there's almost a criticism, is that it felt like the way she wrote men, and I know FD has done an essay on this, and now I want to watch it now that I've rewatched the whole show because I remember seeing that he had done one like years back or whatever. Yeah, it's called like Issa Rae writes black men differently. So I'm curious to see what he says about that. But we should have him on to talk this since I've finished it. But
yeah,
one of the things that I noticed was that it felt like, I guess because the women were the main characters and they were the actors, they were the subjects, and the men were largely kind of the objects, meaning like the men were acted upon, the women did the acting.
Just basically the reverse of normal Hollywood.
Yeah, more or less. So, but what that ended up resulting in is that it felt like all the men were like almost too nice, like too good, in a way that almost came across as unrealistic to me. Like all the women were like cheaters, homophobic, elitist, selfish, like cruel, like bullying. And all the men were mostly just like, I have a little bit of seasonal depression. That was most of what the show was about. So it just seemed a little bit like, I mean, a little unfair. But I mean, I guess that's kind of like when you're the object, or when you're the one doing the acting, you're doing both the good and the bad stuff.
Right.
So, yeah. But I just thought that was interesting.
No, it's no, that's 100%. Like I like the more I think about it, I'm just kind of like, yeah, why not? Like, I mean, if there's any one thing that's if there's any one thing I would say, like, man, I feel like on a different show, I always felt like Lawrence, like, I think that was his name, Lawrence.
Lawrence,
the
main guy.
I was always just kind of like, I was like, look, man. I was like, everybody is messing up out here. I was like, Lawrence, you ain't got no ambition. You ain't got no drive. And you now getting drive now that you ain't got no girl. And I was like, man, look, that's like, y'all are just in two different wavelengths. It was a perfect storm of people not being in the same place at the
Issa,
same
yeah,
time.
you a Issa stan. You a closet Issa stan because
Oh,
you
no.
really defending some bullshit ass behavior right now.
No,
You're
no,
trying to
no,
like,
no.
I see the.
I literally just said they're in two different places at different times. Like at the time that Issa was like wanting something more serious and you're trying to go somewhere with it, he wasn't there. And by the time that like he was ready, like
He was
she
ready from
off in,
day
like,
one.
She was off in fuck off land.
But he was ready from day one, and
Well, I mean,
she just never communicated. Again, back to the communication. She never said to him, "Hey, this relationship cannot continue." It's a thing that every grown adult should be able to construct a fucking sentence around. Hey, partner, I understand maybe you're feeling XYZ, but I'd love you to tell me more about how you're feeling. This relationship cannot continue if you keep jerking off on this couch unemployed for another 2 years. I will leave you. I love you.
Yeah.
I am gone. That's like 3 sentences. Instead, she went and fucked another dude and then acted like, oh my God, I can't believe that this has destroyed the relationship, only for him to end up getting his shit together. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
So,
well, no, I'm just saying, like, as far as like this, just where they were in life. If he wanted what she wanted, he didn't express it in a way that was like, hey, I'm actually getting, like, he was trying to do shit, but I mean, like, it was kind of one of those things where, like, I knew brothers like him.
I've been him. That's why I related to the first season so much.
Yeah.
I literally was him. And I'm like, you can't cheat your way into conflict resolution.
Yeah. Well, no, just I like whenever I've been around cats like the Lawrences of the world, I'm just like, man, just all you got to do is just like, not to quote a whole Nazi sympathizer, but like probably the only smart thing Kanye ever said was, there's no
Kanye said a lot of smart shit.
tuition for having no ambition. Ain't no loans for sitting your ass at home. Is like he was kind of waiting for shit to happen to him. And I know what that's like, because I've been that guy waiting for shit to happen to you.
See, this feels like manosphere shit to me, though.
Blame anybody else for that but yourself. And like, honestly, like me, when I was kind of going through that phase of my life, if there was a girl that did not want to fuck with me as a result of it, I completely understood.
Oh. But not fucking with you and fucking somebody else are two separate behaviors.
That's two different things.
Which is very easy to communicate, which she didn't. And then, like, somebody just said in the comments that, like, oh, Lawrence didn't get off his ass until they broke up. That's not true. Because she actually does, she kind of in parallel does what I said, but she also fucks another dude in the same. So she grows all this resentment, fucks another dude, does all this weird shit where she's not in the house, like kind of gaslighting Lawrence and making him feel all crazy. And then she goes, hey, I think maybe you need to try and get this Best Buy job because you're kind of doing nothing in the meantime. And during the next like 6 months, he completely gets his shit together. They're happy. And then he finds out retroactively that she had fucked somebody else. So you can't, I don't know. I feel like we judge men being a bit depressed way too fucking harshly.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. Like, it's difficult for me to
sympathize all the way.
It's difficult for me to sympathize with him just like 110 million%, just because, like I said, just as it felt as though like the situation, the situation, she shouldn't have cheated. I'm not saying she should have. I'm not absolving her of that. Like, that was terrible in and of itself. But like, it was just one of those things. Like, I thought it was sad that like watching a couple go that far, like, and then for everything to fall the fuck apart because people can't talk. And to be fair, his communication skills weren't exactly great either. Like,
that is not untrue. That's not untrue.
Yeah,
he definitely, because he didn't proactively, and we need to get into the main episode in a bit, but he didn't proactively hey, here's how I'm feeling, or so that's true. Let's head out of this. Do we leave off any?
Some people saying like your mic is like higher than
try to just turn it down just then. Was that any better? Is it still like, does it sound real loud to you, Josh?
I mean, it's fine like for us, but it does sound, you are louder than Ernie.
Okay, how's this? I've just turned it down even more.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll say because for me it sounds fine, but I don't know what like pushing it out is.
Yeah, bro, you yelling.
Yeah, bro. Bro, yeah. I mean, I might just be screaming my insecure points. That might be why I'm louder. And another thing, Issa was on.
It's like, man, fuck that.
No.
Season 4, Nathan did nothing wrong. He was just suffering from
Oh,
bipolar
shit.
disorder, and she was on bullshit the whole time.
Oh my god.
I mean,
that
that's
just
another story altogether. That's like I felt bad for her brother, but yeah. I actually have more sympathy
Yeah.
for him than I did for Laura.
She did really every man that she was with like lightweight dirty.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But anyway, okay, let's get out of this this live. Did I leave any questions? Did anybody have anything that wasn't addressed?
Lady Ama, I literally had not said anything about this show, so you probably think about it. Our names are like right on the screen.
What did she ask you?
She said, Josh speaking loud facts about the show. Honestly,
Yeah.
Josh amazing facts. I ain't said shit, but I appreciate you.
Maybe that's the point.
Yo, right?
She's just roasting the show. Like,
that's
the
what
best thing
got.
you can say about it is silence.
It does feel good to catch like a good straight, you know what I mean? Because like niggas be talking about you and Alvin be putting my name and shit. I ain't even do that.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
effortless. It's
God.
effortless.
That's it.
All right, let me end this.